Mitchell with a preview of what's coming up today at 11. Hey, Ashlyn.
Yeah, good morning to you, Chelsea. Here are just two of the many stories we're following in the 11 o'clock hour. First, Airbus and FlightWorks are offering a unique tour of the Airbus manufacturing facility in Mobile. Our Stephen Moody is tagging along with members of the public to see how it all works. How the port city plays a vital role in the aviation industry is all coming up. And then if you're feeling the Monday blues, we have some tips from the experts on how to beat the dread of a new work week. Always a good story. And finally, Jen will have your full forecast as we move from July to August this week. So be sure to stick around for Fox 10 Midday coming up right after Studio 10.
Keeping a close eye on your forecast. High pressure in place leading to some hot and toasty temperatures for today. I'll be breaking down all the details on today's forecast coming up.
And then we're learning more about a homicide investigation in Irvington. This as the suspect in the case faces a judge.
President Trump is raking in trade deals, but the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza has his attention as he sits down with the UK's Prime Minister today. I'm Rebecca Castor in Washington with how world leaders are responding. Coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome into Fox 10 Midday. We hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
And I'm meteorologist Jennifer Lambers.
Jen, I don't know about you. I spent a lot of time outside this weekend. Definitely feeling the heat for sure. You said you were at the beach, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We went down to the beach. The water was not refreshing, and the jellyfish were in full force.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I didn't even get in the water.
Yeah, so it was very hot and it was very toasty, almost ready for some of those fall conditions, but we're not going to be seeing it anytime soon. Once again today, we are seeing the influence of high pressure. You can even start to see the wind particles up there. They're rotating in a clockwise rotation. So it just means that high pressure's out there and it's leading to some of those hot and toasty conditions. And it's only going to continue later on this afternoon. So the best advice for today, try and stay inside a little bit, stay hydrated, take breaks, find that AC, and just remember that you're closing all of those doors, those windows in your house. Try and get creative with some of the ways to keep it cool inside. That way you're not putting too much strain on your AC because it's going to have a really hard time cooling down your home for today. Looking in just a little bit closer, seeing more of those clear skies out there. It looks fantastic to start off with for today. Really stunning look out there from the eastern shore. Just starting to see traffic moving smoothly on the Bayway there. A nice view of downtown Mobile from our Hampton Inn camera. Temperatures, however, hot and toasty. 90 degrees, dew points upper 70s. So the feels like temperatures 102. Everywhere really feeling like these triple digits despite the actual air temperature really just beginning to reach into the lower 90s. Bruton, the only spot still holding on to some of those upper 80s. But the feels like temperatures, once you do take that humidity into account, easily feeling like the triple digits. Once again, I think that Atmore sensor just a little dramatic. However, Destin still likely feeling more like 111 to start off with for today. Again, take breaks, stay hydrated, find that AC, as I'm only anticipating these temperatures to continue to tick up later on this afternoon, maxing out upper 90s, closer to the triple digits for air temperature, but we'll still be feeling like that with the high humidity. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast. Very minimal rain chances for today, but those will increase over the next few days. I'll be breaking down more of those details coming up in just a little bit. Ashlyn.
Thank you. Well, new information this hour concerning two homicide investigations we're following in Mobile. In the first case, police say a food truck operator shot and killed a man who tried to rob him. It all happened just after 2 early Sunday morning at the Superstop gas station on St. Stephen's Road. Police have identified the man killed as 32-year-old Charles Patterson III. Investigators say Patterson was allegedly trying to rob a food truck when that shooting took place, and we're told the food truck operator was not injured. And Mobile police also identifying the victim in a fatal shooting on Earl Street. It happened Friday afternoon. Police say they found 24-year-old Cameron Madison suffering from a gunshot wound. He was then taken to the hospital where he later died. At this hour, still no word yet on a suspect. But if you have any information that could help police, you're asked to give them a call. And in the meantime, an 18-year-old woman was in court this morning accused of murdering her grandmother. Jalen Lupton was scheduled for a bond hearing this morning. Now, investigators say they found the body of Lupton's 71-year-old grandmother, Diane Trust, in her front yard in Irvington on Saturday. Witnesses say Lupton beat her grandmother to death. Investigators say a nearby neighbor told them Lupton then forced her way inside her home, pushed her down, and demanded her car keys. Investigators say Lupton told the neighbor she had just killed her grandmother. Now, investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff's Department say a mallet was discovered in the area where Trust was found, and they say she had trauma to her head. Lupton is being charged with murder and burglary in the second degree. And meanwhile, a man accused of shooting an Alabama police officer remains in custody this morning. Daniel McCarn is in the Jackson County, Alabama jail right now, charged with attempted murder. McCarn is accused of shooting a Scottsboro police officer early Saturday morning. And investigators say it all started around 1 a.m. with a domestic disturbance call. When officers arrived, they say McCarn took off, leading police on a short chase after crashing just a few blocks away. Investigators say he opened fire, hitting one officer. That officer is expected to recover, and his name has not yet been released. McCarn was found hiding nearby after a 20-hour manhunt. Now, we are waiting to find out when his first court appearance will be, and we'll let you know when that happens. And breaking news out of Georgia now, authorities are investigating a deadly mass shooting in Atlanta. It happened overnight.
When I heard it, I started running, not gonna lie, I was running. Did you then dodge it actually? You went down to the ground.
Yeah, a witness said right before the shooting, they saw several men with guns jump out of a truck, and then the men opened fire on several people. Atlanta police confirmed one 27-year-old man died. His identity has not yet been released. Police said 10 others were also shot and taken to a hospital, and the victims are between the ages of 18 and 29. Investigators still don't know what triggered the violence. Well, in the meantime, on the heels of a major trade deal with the European Union, President Donald Trump continues his Scotland trip, meeting with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom today. Their trade deal is already set, but with relentless wars in Gaza and Ukraine, the leaders have plenty to talk about. Fox's Rebecca Castor is tracking it all from Washington.
President Trump greeting UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer at his golf club in Turnberry, Scotland Monday, the first world leader to make a trade deal with the U.S. back in May.
And you've done a fantastic job with regard to the trade deal.
Really good deal for both of our countries, and very, very well received here in the United Kingdom.
And the Prime Minister is surely happy to see the U.S. also reach a major deal with the UK's neighbors in the EU. The European nations will purchase $750 billion in U.S. energy, invest an additional $600 billion in the U.S., buy more American military equipment, while the U.S. charges a 15% tariff on European goods, and the EU has a 0% tariff on a range of American exports.
We are each other's largest trading partners, and we make up a third of all products and services that are traded in the world just between the two of us. This is huge.
But the leaders aren't just celebrating their economic wins. They're also concerned about the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. Trump says he'll be speaking with Israel's prime minister soon to discuss various plans, while setting up food centers and freeing the Israeli hostages is a priority.
Hamas has become very difficult to deal with in the last couple of days because they don't want to give up these last 20, because they think as long as we have them, they have protection. But I don't think it can work that way.
And when it comes to the ongoing war in Ukraine, President Trump says he's giving Russia less than 2 weeks to end it, or he'll impose steep tariffs and sanctions on countries that buy Russian goods. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
And President Trump standing firm as he is once again facing questions about his relationship with convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. President Trump was asked about the Epstein files during that bilateral meeting today with the British Prime Minister at his golf resort in Turnberry. One of Epstein's victims claimed his convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, recruited her when she worked at Mar-a-Lago.
For years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that worked for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth.
Now, Trump and Epstein were previously acquaintances, but Trump has since distanced himself from Epstein, claiming their ties were cut years before Epstein's 2019 arrest. Well, still ahead on Fox 10 midday, a brutal heat wave is hitting millions from coast to coast. We have the latest when we return, but first, Jen, we're definitely feeling our own heat here.
Oh, that is exactly right, Ashlyn. It is hot and it is toasty out there. But hey, that's not stopping all those folks from getting out and enjoying it down on Orange Beach. Some calm, quiet water conditions. Really, it looks stunning out there. The water temperature is in the upper 80s and the air temperature lower 90s, but feeling like 105. I'll break down more details on your forecast coming up when we come back.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. Continuing coverage this hour as massive flooding devastates several Romania villages. At least one person is dead and hundreds stranded by floods in the mountainous regions of Romania. Helicopters were deployed to rescue people stranded in flooded houses, with nearly 900 others evacuated as a precaution. Video released by Romania's Emergencies Inspectorate showed devastation in a village in Suceava County, with vehicles and parts of buildings swept away in the floods. Now, government officials say the heavy rains caused a nearby river to reach historic levels. Well, as we speak, millions of Americans are under weather alerts as temperatures soar across the country. This comes as smoke from wildfires up north threatens air quality. Fox News correspondent CB Cotton has the story.
A dangerous heat wave is building up and down the eastern U.S., threatening millions of Americans with triple-digit temperatures.
Drink a lot of water and stay healthy.
Got the pool here, got the sprinklers.
Forecasters say it's a result of a heat dome where very hot, dry air is mixing with warm, wet air. Several cities in the southeast could see real fuel temperatures surge past 105 degrees.
I'm just taking everything slowly. I'm enjoying this time, but at the same time, I'm also just relaxing.
Here in New York, officials are activating the city's heat emergency plan and opening cooling centers.
People with chronic medical conditions and seniors, they're really high risk, and oftentimes they have organ issues.
And the National Weather Service says there won't be much of a break overnight, with temperatures expected to fall only into the 70s. Health experts are urging people to take these steps to prevent heat-related illnesses.
Pace yourself. Don't think that drinking a lot of water is going to prevent heat exhaustion. You want to stay hydrated, but that is not going to fix your body temperature problem as your body temperature starts to rise.
The heat is also expected to impact air quality in parts of the region. Over the weekend, smoke from hundreds of Canadian wildfires drifted south and blanketed New York City, and more could be on the way. The elderly, those with asthma or other lung-related diseases are urged to limit their time outdoors. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
Taking another look at your forecast and a stunning view outside down in Pensacola Beach. Just starting to see some of the nice, vibrant water conditions out there. A few folks getting out and enjoying it for this Monday. Just some light waves crashing along the immediate shoreline, but not a cloud in sight. And that's going to be the trend for today, continuing to stay hot and toasty out there. And those current conditions all across our area just resting in the lower 90s, dew points mid to upper 70s. So the feels like temperatures already feeling like the triple digits. But if you notice, it's even a little breezy out there. Starting to see some north-northwesterly winds around 15 miles per hour sustained closer towards Pensacola International. Now, our heat advisory is in effect once again for today. A reminder of how this works. Our local National Weather Service office, they have their own criteria for when these heat advisories are issued. Here locally, we can handle the heat a little more, so our criteria is a bit higher than some of the surrounding counties in the National Weather Service offices. So ours is going to be 108 degrees for that feels like temperature. And so once we have it issued, it's looking likely that our counties out there will either reach or succeed that. So what we're going to start to see heading into the rest of today is those heat index values getting closer towards the 100 and teens out there. It's going to be hot and it's going to be toasty. Now, actual air temperature going to be maxing out mid to upper 90s. These temperatures well above average for what we should be seeing this time of year. Normally we should be in the lower 90s. Instead, we're seeing those upper 90s. We're much closer to that previous record of 100 degrees set back in 1968. Now it's going to be feeling well above that. Those heat index values getting well into the triple digits. Everywhere is going to be seeing that. Really, it's just going to be the question of how high will it go for your location, but many spots easily going to be seeing 108, 109, possibly even closer towards 111. Main takeaway, it's hot out there. We're used to some of the heat and the humidity, but this is higher than what we normally experience. So just make sure that you're taking breaks, you're staying hydrated. Also get creative with some of the ways to stop some of that heat from getting into your home. Close the windows, the blinds, the curtains, make it a little dark in there. Just that way you can give your AC a little bit of a break because it's going to struggle in this heat as well. Over the next few days, we'll continue to see those heat indices very high heading into tomorrow. A little dip by Wednesday and Thursday. That's just due to some of the increased rain chances out there, but it's really not going to help us out that much as we'll still be feeling like the triple digits. Again, for the week ahead of us, just plan to enjoy the AC and to drink plenty of water. In case you are planning on heading on out towards the beach, it looks beautiful out there. The rip current risks are low today, tomorrow, Wednesday. That's courtesy of those winds just out of the north. They're nice, they're calm. Water temperatures, though, hot, upper 80s. Feels more like bath water out there. And the jellyfish, they're thriving in full force. So just make sure you're being careful in case you do see any out there. We went out this past weekend, as we were talking about, some of those bigger than the size of a dinner plate. Now, tracking the tropics, things are calm and quiet out there. We're almost 2 months past us for seeing hurricane season, but just a reminder, hurricane season is a full 6 months. It does go until November 30th, so still 4 months to go. But the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and the Gulf waters are quiet. As always, our team here at Fox 10 will continue to keep you updated throughout the rest of the season. Just be cautious what you're seeing on social media. But over the next few days, we will enter back into our summertime pattern here on the Gulf Coast. Still hot and toasty heading into tomorrow. Those temperatures take a dip by midweek as we get closer towards the weekend and begin a brand new month. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up in just a little bit. And also, it is Monday, and we know the struggle is real when it comes to returning to work after the weekend. How to beat those Monday blues. That's coming up when we come back.
All right, welcome back. And pretty sure we don't have to remind you, it's the first day of the traditional work week, also known as Monday. And if you're feeling less than excited about the end of the weekend, Mandy Gaither has some simple ways to help you beat the Monday blues in today's Health Minute.
Goodbye, weekend. Hello, work week. It's time to get back to the grind. But if this day has you feeling blue, you're not alone. A 2020 study suggests job satisfaction dips and workplace stress rises at the beginning of the week compared to the end.
Here's an idea. Give yourself a few things to look forward to during the week. Things that might make you happier and feel more fulfilled.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says if you're longing for the weekend, booking activities during the week can help ease the Monday blues. That could include playing a sport, doing trivia, or joining a book club.
If the activity includes other people, you're going to be more likely to follow through and make it a habit.
Gupta says to also consider challenging yourself to try something new, like learning a language.
Adding commitments to your week may be hard at first, but additional goal-focused activity can actually give you more energy.
Finally, Gupta says to help yourself get through the work week by adding positive interactions throughout the day.
Doesn't have to be much. maybe just paying someone a compliment. These chats can cause small bursts of positive emotions, something I think we can all use.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Some great tips you can try this week as well. And the study that Mandy mentioned also underscores the important role weekends play in your life. Researchers say days off from work allow you the chance to replenish and recharge. Well, listen to this. Living in hot places doesn't just make your skin age faster. Researchers say it does it to your entire body. And that's according to a new study that found extreme heat makes you age more quickly. Researchers looked at more than 3,600 people over 55 years old, and they found people who experienced at least 140 days of a heat index over 90 degrees aged up to 14 months faster than those who only experienced 10 such days per year. Now, that's about the same as the impact of smoking or heavy alcohol use. Accelerated biological aging increases the risk of cancer, dementia, diabetes, and early death. Well, if you're worried about getting Alzheimer's disease, get your daily steps in. A new study shows that walking daily can actually reduce the risk of cognitive decline, especially among people with a genetic predisposition for Alzheimer's. Almost 3,000 participants between the ages of 70 and 79 reported their daily walking habits over the course of 10 years. Those who reported maintaining or increasing their walking habits showed greater improvements in processing speed and executive function. Now, scientists say more research to understand why. The study results will be presented tomorrow at the annual Alzheimer's Association International Conference. The research has not yet been peer-reviewed or published. And still ahead, we're checking in with Vanessa Pacheco as she gets her creative juices flowing at the Maker's Loft in Pensacola. And thankfully, it's inside, so that's great news for those looking to beat the heat, Jen.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ashlyn. It is hot and toasty out there, and only anticipating those temperatures to continue to tick up heading into the rest of today. Now, right now, a live view outside down on Dauphin Island at the Sea Lab. It is looking stunning out there. A nice calm breeze, some sunny skies, but oh man, it's hot and only going to get hotter. Temperature is maxing out about 90 degrees on the island, even hotter as you travel further inland. I'll break down more of those details coming up when we come back.
Well, if you're looking to get creative, Maker's Loft in Pensacola is full of hands-on fun, from guided workshops to DIY projects. Vanessa was there this morning and she's in full creative mode now.
I am creating a one-of-a-kind sun catcher. I am here at Maker's Loft, joined by the owner, Jenny Sullivan. Jenny's been helping me out. We've already gotten started, but for anyone that's watching, what are the steps here?
So we have many frames to choose from. And then the first thing you do, you would paint the front and back, because since it is a sun catcher and will go in the window, we like both sides to be equal. And then you get to pick out all the glass, which I'll tell you now, you've picked out some great colors.
Thank you.
And then we're going to fill in the spaces. And when the spaces are all done, that's when we take the resin and we fill in, and that's what the glue that holds all of our glass together. And because it's translucent, it shines and shows the color off beautifully.
Oh, I can't wait to complete this. Now, aside from sun catchers, what can people create here?
So we offer workshops in candle making, soap making, wood burning. We do lots of different resin projects. We teach stained glass. We do knitting, crocheting. We even do macrame. So there's a wide variety, and with Open Studio, you can come in anytime and kind of pick your project and have some fun.
That is good to know. So no appointment needed?
No, not during Open Studio.
Okay, that is good to know. Now, for anyone that's watching and perhaps they want to stop by, where can they go for more information?
So I have a Facebook page. It has a lot of pictures of the different things customers have completed. It also has our calendar, so you know what's coming up next, and it will have a link to our website in case you needed to sign up for a workshop.
Okay, thank you for that, Jenny. Now, what color do you think I should go with next? What do you think? This one, or should I do this one?
So, probably the blue.
Okay, let's go with blue.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny, we're going to continue this. But Jenny, thank you so much. And of course, we're going to have all this information on our website, fox10tv.com. Click on the Very Vanessa tab. But again, I can't wait to complete this. How do you think it's coming out?
It's going to be beautiful.
Okay,
You're
thank
doing
you.
a great job.
All right, looks beautiful, Vanessa. Thank you. A great craft to stay inside, especially on this hot day. And speaking of which, heat is on all across the country. But experts say there are plenty of ways to cool off and have fun doing it while saving a little cash. How about a boat day? Yeah, you can get out on the water with or without a captain. Services like Get My Boat and Boat Setter connect customers to boat owners who can then rent their boat for the day. Or what about a hotel? Sites and apps like Day Use can save customers big bucks on rooms and the amenities hotels offer for just a fraction of the price to stay overnight.
Take a look at these deals. The Kimpton Surf Comber Hotel in Miami Beach from $119 up to 59% off. Ideal for combining a day at the beach with poolside lounging and a cool, quiet room to escape the heat. For rooftop pool access and stunning views, check out the Intercontinental downtown Los Angeles from $170 and 50% off.
And no pool, no problem. Rent one nearby. The Swimply app is available in 150 cities in 25 states, and prices start at just less than $50 an hour. And get this, you can also rent tennis, pickleball, and basketball courts too. But don't forget about the water parks. We have a few in our area, including Waterville, USA, and OA's Indoor Water Park. Be sure to check out their websites to see what deals they might be offering.
Taking another look at your forecast and a live view outside in Fairhope. And again, a nice light breeze out there, plenty of sunshine, some puffy white cumulus clouds out there on the horizon. But not a lot of folks out there enjoying this Monday, probably because of how hot and toasty it is. And the culprit is going to be a ridge of high pressure. It's situated right over there in the Texas-Louisiana state line. You can just start to see that clockwise rotation. It's bringing those winds out of the north for us. And normally when we start to see winds like that, it brings in some of that dry air. However, not quite the case for today. Many areas across the southeast just having to deal with some of that high humidity, so it's not helping us out very much at all. And we'll continue to stay hot and toasty as we progress further along into the rest of your Monday. A live look at conditions on radar, just a little bit more local out there. Barely any cloud cover. It's not going to help create any of that shade for today. Continuing to stay hot and toasty. Current temperatures out there just ranging really in the lower to mid 90s. Everywhere is out of the 80s by this point. But once you do take that humidity into account, it's feeling much warmer out there. Feels like temperatures soaring into the triple digits. 107 in Molino, 108 in Atmore along with Monroeville, 105 in Navarre along with Gulf Shores, and Destin at 112. Now, as we get further along into today, as mentioned, those temperatures are going to continue to tick up. Anticipating us to be maxing out mid to upper 90s. This is above average for what we should be seeing this point in July, but those feels like temperatures easily getting into the triple digits, even getting towards the 100 and teens. So because of that, because many spots across our portions of the Gulf Coast are going to be getting above 108 for those feels like temperatures, that's when we're going to start to see that heat advisory once again in effect. And this does include the entire Fox 10 viewing area. So just make sure that you're staying hydrated, you're taking breaks, you're finding that AC, because it is very specific criteria that we need to meet for this to be issued. Really just saying, hey, it's going to be hot out there, and it's going to be even hotter than what we normally deal with. Timing things out in our futurecast, we have a very generous for our rain chances for today. Mainly just starting to see some of those popping up towards the Florida side and the Mississippi side. Really late afternoon, even closer towards this evening, possibly seeing some of that just further offshore, but you have much higher chances that you don't see anything. Again, it's a very generous 10%. I'd probably pivot closer towards 5% to see one of those very isolated passing showers for today. After our Monday, however, we will start to see those beginning to tick up. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's really when we enter back into that summertime pattern and introduce those potential rain chances every single day, mainly popping up in the afternoon and the evening. The Rip Current risk at our local beaches low today through the end of the week. It's beautiful out there, but it is bath water. It is warm for those water conditions. The jellyfish are thriving in it. Enjoy the pool, enjoy the AC, take a stroll along the water, but even then it's still hot and toasty, so it might be better at sunrise and sunset. Here's what I'm tracking over the next 7 days. We start to introduce more of those rain chances tomorrow. They continue throughout the weekend when we start off a brand new month. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Ashlyn.
All right, Jen, thank you. All of us are enjoying summer right now, but the start of the new school year is just around the corner for many Gulf Coast students. And here at Fox 10, we're committed to making sure every student starts the year prepared. That's why we're teaming up with Sandy Sansing, Tobias & Comer Law Firm, and White Spunner Construction to help us collect school supplies for local children. Right now, we're still looking for items like clear backpacks, notebooks, 3-ring binders, pens, and paper. All donations will go to children in the care of Mobile and Baldwin County DHR, and a full list of needed supplies and drop-off sites is on our website, fox10tv.com. We are taking donations through the end of this month. Well, meanwhile, American adults are spending about half of their day online, whether it's for work or for play. And that's according to a new poll that found on average people in the U.S. spend more than 10 hours a day accessing the web. The survey of 2,000 Americans ages 18 and older was conducted by the telecommunications company Optimum. Its findings, 55 of those interviewed used their television to stream shows or movies, 20% using mobile phones, and 25% turning to laptops or desktop computers or tablets. Now, nearly 80% of respondents say they use the web to browse or pay bills, 73% to look at social media, 72% shop online, and 37% handle work assignments. Finally, 20% do schoolwork. Well, an iconic brand of toy is slumping in sales, and executives think they know why. Mattel, the makers of Barbie in all of its variations, says doll category sales dropped 19% in the last quarter. Sales were at $335 million. And Mattel says the drop-off in sales is likely due to the fact that the Barbie brand came out with fewer new options in the last quarter. Mattel also says that Barbie didn't have as much retailer promotional support and should do better in the second half of 2025 with more innovations and partnerships. The company said back in May it would raise Barbie prices to offset costs of Trump administration tariffs on China. Well, about 50% of Barbies are produced in China. Well, still ahead, pickleball for a purpose. We'll show you how a local tournament served up fun and support for the arts, and some Fox 10 faces hit the court too. We'll be right back. All right, Jen, is more Gilmore a good thing?
Or should we say, is more Adam Sandler a good thing? Lots of people in New York say yes.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. A playground in Soho was the site for an Adam Sandler competition. New Yorkers gave their best Adam Sandler lookalike and voiceover impressions.
About a dozen supposed doppelgangers showed up despite mid-90s heat and humidity, and it's all for a little fun on social media to coincide with the release of Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2, and apparently Jason took home the prize.
I get told weekly that I look like Adam Sandler, my whole life really, but definitely in the last 20 years or so, yes, I'm told often that I look like him. My wife dressed me up in this outfit today. I'm really supposed to be working. I'm not supposed to be here, but she made me leave my office job, come home. She went to Marshall's, she got these clothes and dressed me up and made me come out here.
I love it. Jen, I think he deserved to win, for sure. And if you're wondering what the big prize was, well, it was a Sandler-type worthy award $50 of course, and a bag of pickles.
I love it. These have been taking over social media lately, and I see it a little more like head on.
And the
I
voice,
see it.
for
yeah,
sure.
I can see it in the voice.
Have you seen the new movie?
I have
Happy
not.
Gilmore 2? I have not either. I want to.
Lots of cameos though of what I've heard. And
yeah.
so Chelsea was saying earlier, she said you can't get distracted at any point or miss something.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, movie night for us then.
There you go.
Can update y'all what we think about it for sure. Well, one artist is taking her painting to new heights, literally.
Take a look. So Lila Pardian has just completed her 230-foot tall mural in downtown Phoenix. She now holds a record for the largest mural in Arizona.
Yeah, she free-handed this art starting from the top and working her way down while using an architectural scale suspended to the top of the high-rise on a swing stage, a metal platform powered by dual motors and steel cables.
Absolutely insane. Now, she says that this mural took 2 months to complete with the help of 2 assistants. They worked through the heat and even a monsoon to finish the piece.
Wow, she wants everyone looking at the mural to feel energized from its bright and bold colors. Biggest mural I've ever seen.
All free-handed too.
Incredible. I don't have an artistic bone in my body, so I can't relate. Anytime I see something like this, I'm just awestruck for sure.
That's beautiful. Well, astronomers have made a discovery about one of the night sky's best known and brightest stars.
They think they found a never before seen companion star orbiting Betelgeuse. That's the famous red supergiant star in the shoulder of the Orion constellation.
Scientists have long been fascinated by Betelgeuse because its brightness has been known to change over time. Now a team of astronomers has an explanation.
They used a telescope and an unusual imaging technique to get a glimpse of a possible companion star that's being called Beetle Buddy. It's suspected the smaller star could be influencing how bright Betelgeuse actually appears.
Here, now researchers will have a new opportunity to confirm the companion's presence in November of 2027, when it will be easier to spot.
And Beetle Buddy is so fitting. I didn't even know that there was this Betelgeuse out there. Did you know this?
No, I feel like we're constantly learning something new about space.
That's
so
true.
The more you know.
It's pretty incredible. All right, well, a pickleball tournament helped the Eastern Shore Art Center, and Fox 10 was one of the proud sponsors.
What a great weekend. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in popularity in the country. The tournament held in Daphne was for men's, women's, and even mixed doubles.
Yeah, and it featured players of all kinds and different levels, spanning from 2 to 4.5. There were also CPR demonstrations, make and take art projects, and other vendors.
Several of us from Fox 10 News were there taking part in the tournament, Ashlyn included, and players and volunteers. Reporters Brendan Kirby, Stephen Moody, Lee Peck, Vanessa Pacheco, meteorologist Hannah Fink, and photojournalist Liam Rivera. And of course, evening anchor Lenise Lagan is who helped organize the entire thing.
Yes.
So how was it?
Yes, Amber was there as well. So we had the full crew out there. It was incredible. It was warm.
Yes.
But everyone drank a lot of water. I don't think anyone passed out, no injuries. So a successful tournament for sure. And it was just really fun seeing all the families come out together. We had several brother-brother duos, mother-son, father-daughter duos. It was just a wonderful day.
And
so
the rain held off for the most part?
It did hold off. You know, I was driving across the Bayway that morning. It was pouring. We were nervous. Showed up to the courts, and lo and behold, the most beautiful full rainbow above the complex
that was your
there.
sign.
And that was our sign, and the rest is history. It was wonderful, and so proud of everyone that came out and put on such a wonderful effort for the Eastern Shore Art Center, because they definitely needed those funds, and we'll use it.
What a great event. Now let's go ahead and talk more about our forecast right now. And luckily, when they were doing the pickleball tournament, it wasn't as hot and toasty as it was for today. Now, yesterday and today, we did have those heat advisories in effect. So it's continuing to stay nice and sunny out there, but it is hot and it is toasty. So just a reminder, it's a great time to go ahead, download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you're staying updated with the forecast. And first thing, whenever you open this up, you're going to have that alert right there at the top that tells you, hey, we do have that heat advisory in effect for today. It'll give you all the details directly from the National Weather Service, who's included, those heat index, how hot it's going to be getting, and how late it will be in effect. But let's go ahead and take another live view outside down in Orange Beach. Again, beautiful. Look at how deep a lot of the folks are getting out there and enjoying it. Whenever the surf is rough, they're typically right there along the shoreline. A great decision. But now, since it's nice and calm out there, getting to go just a little bit further into the water, but still hot and toasty. Those temperatures out there right now, lower 90s, feeling like 105. Temperatures all across our area continuing to stay warm. As we get further along into today, daytime highs maxing out mid to upper 90s, well above average. But the heat indices, those feels like temperatures getting into the triple digits, closer towards the 100 and teens. Again, stay hydrated, take breaks, find that AC, and give your AC a break too. Make sure that you're cooling down the inside of your home. Turn off the lights, close the doors, the windows, the blinds, the curtains, all of it. That way it's not working too hard. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up in just a little bit. We'll also be back with 3 to know before you go. But for right now, a live view outside on Doc.
Come back. Listen to this. One small step for a rare baby snow leopard could mean a giant leap for the conservation of a globally vulnerable species. Jeremy Roth explains why in today's Take a Look at This.
For the first time in nearly a full century, a zoo in the UK is celebrating the birth of a rare baby snow leopard, a big step forward for a very vulnerable species. Video shared by the Chester Zoo showed the 6-week-old cub playfully interacting with its mother in their cozy den. The cub is not only the first birth of its kind in the zoo's 94-year history, it was a product of a pair of adult snow leopards that were carefully matched as part of an international breeding program aimed at bolstering the species, which is classified as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Threatened Species list. Another species thought to be already extinct was rediscovered by researchers for the first time in more than 2 decades. The California Academy of Sciences announced a species of black stony coral, unseen and presumed extinct for some 24 years, was spotted in biodiverse reefs in the Galapagos Islands. Divers made the surprise find of the species R. wellingtoni on Isabella Island, where it was originally discovered in 1975 but hadn't been seen since 2000. Additionally, they say the newly spotted coral had also colonized 2 other off-island sites, signaling it wasn't just surviving, but thriving. You gotta love a comeback story. Finally, perhaps not as rare as the aforementioned species, but definitely something you don't see every day, was caught on camera in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, as a local spotted a herd of elk on parade casually strolling down a residential street, including at least one antlered ambler who understood the assignment, slowing down to strike a pose for this surreal social media-worthy moment. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
And it's time 3 to know before you go. Samsung has reached a $16.5 billion deal to supply Tesla's latest AI semiconductors. The 8-year contract was announced today, and Elon Musk confirmed the deal on X. Musk posted that Samsung's new Tesla chip factory will be dedicated to making the electric car giant's next generation A16 chip. And then scary moments for passengers on board American Airlines flight that caught fire. This video behind me is one that the passenger recorded from inside the Boeing 737 MAX 8, which was set to depart to Miami from the Denver airport. Passengers escaped the plane by using an emergency slide, with some taking a tumble at the bottom of it. We're told 5 passengers looked at for potential injuries and 1 was taken to a hospital. Meanwhile, the FAA says it is investigating this incident. And then finally, Tampa, Florida made history Sunday after the city hit triple digits for the first time in 135 years. Tampa's previous heat record was 99 degrees, which was set on June 26th of 2020. According to the Weather Service, the city usually does not hit such high temps due to the sea breeze and high winds. The heat is expected to continue throughout the week, with indices expected to exceed 110 degrees. Jen, I know it's super hot for us here. Can you tell us what we're expecting for us?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ashlyn. We're going to continue to stay hot and toasty here. And so as she was mentioning in that story, that's why it's so important to understand that each National Weather Service office, they have their own criteria for those heat advisories. Ours is pretty high here for our standards. That's why it gets closer towards 108 degrees. And once again, why we have that in place for today. day. Now, temperatures will be maxing out mid to upper 90s, feeling well over 110 degrees. Take breaks, stay hydrated, find that AC. As mentioned earlier, close the blinds, the curtains, try and make your home just a little darker on the inside. That way it's not putting such a large strain on your AC unit. It's going to have a hard time in this heat. We'll resume our regular summertime pattern heading into tomorrow with more of those rain chances making an afternoon appearance. And then by the end of the week, I can't believe it, August 1st is this Friday.
Wild, crazy to think about. Happy Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be sure to stay tuned for Fox 10 Live at 3 p.m. Have a great day.